The Galactic Council chamber was silent. Hundreds of alien leaders sat in a wide circle of floating platforms. Strange lights glowed above them. Stars burned outside the giant glass wall behind the chamber. In the center of the room, a blue hologram of Earth slowly rotated. Small. Quiet. Alone. One of the council elders spoke first. Humanity grows too fast. Another added, their fleets expand every cycle. They question our authority. They do not fear us. The chamber grew colder. Earth had joined the council only 20 years ago. Humans came with smiles. They offered trade, technology, and military support. They helped during border wars. They repaired damaged star lanes. They fought pirates without asking for reward. But humans were different. They adapted too quickly. They learned too fast. And worst of all, they did not obey quietly. The High Chancellor raised his long silver hand. It is decided. Humanity cannot be allowed to become a threat. A red symbol appeared above Earth's hologram. Termination vote initiated. One by one, glowing lights turned red around the chamber. The decision was made in secret. No message would be sent to Earth. No warning. Only destruction. Far away, in the darkness beyond Pluto, something small and silent listened. A human spy drone. It had been drifting there for months, hidden among frozen rocks. Its sensors captured everything. The vote. The voices. The red symbol. Within seconds, the data was transmitted through encrypted quantum channels back to Earth. On Earth, deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, in a hidden command center, Admiral Elias Ward stood still as the message played. The room was quiet. World leaders watched the recording. No one spoke. The Council had just signed Earth's death order. After a long silence, one of the ministers whispered, "So it begins." But Admiral Ward did not look angry. He did not look afraid. He simply nodded. "They chose their path," he said calmly. On a large screen behind him, a new command appeared. Project Iron Horizon, activation confirmed. Across the solar system, hidden structures came alive. Near the dark side of the moon, giant metal doors slowly opened. Massive warships drifted forward from inside lunar tunnels. Around Jupiter, deep inside its magnetic storms, shipyards powered up. Engines ignited. Weapons charged. Behind Saturn's rings, entire fleets that had been invisible for years began moving into formation. Earth had prepared. For 10 years, humanity had suspected this moment would come. While the Council believed humans were building trade ships, they were building warships. While the galaxy thought Earth was peaceful, Earth was preparing for survival. Back in the Council chamber, alien fleets had already begun moving. Thousands of ships entered warp speed. Their destination, Sol System. Their mission, total annihilation. But as the first alien scouts arrived at the edge of the solar system, something felt wrong. It was too quiet. No civilian traffic. No mining vessels. No patrol ships. The system looked empty. Then space rippled. From behind the moon, dark shapes emerged. 1. 10. 100. Then thousands. Human warships. Long, armored hulls covered in advanced shield arrays. Railgun cannons extended from their sides. Blue engine flames burned bright against the darkness. The alien scout ships froze. They sent emergency signals back to their main fleet. Unexpected human military presence. Fleet size, unknown. Energy readings, extremely high. Near Earth, Admiral Ward stood on the bridge of Earth's flagship, the HFS Resolute. He looked at the tactical display. The alien invasion fleet was entering the outer system. Behind him, human officers worked calmly. No panic. No shouting. Only discipline. The communications officer turned to him. Sir. Alien fleet will reach engagement range in 4 minutes. Admiral Ward folded his hands behind his back. Hold position. On every human warship across the solar system, captains waited. Weapons locked. Engines humming. Fighter squadrons ready inside launch bays. The alien fleet finally came into view. Massive, glowing ships stretching across space like a moving wall of metal. They expected an easy victory. Instead, they saw something that made their commanders hesitate. Human ships were not retreating. They were not defending Earth directly. They were positioned strategically. Blocking key routes. Controlling space. Prepared. The alien flagship sent a transmission. Humanity. You are ordered to stand down. No response. Instead, every human warship activated full combat shields at the same time. A bright blue wall of energy lit up the darkness. Then Admiral Ward gave one quiet order. All fleets, battle stations. Across the solar system, thousands of human guns powered up. The invasion fleet had come to destroy Earth. But now they understood something terrifying. Earth had been waiting. And humanity was not afraid. The first shot had not yet been fired. But the war had already begun. The alien fleet did not slow down. Thousands of warships moved deeper into the solar system. Their engines burned like red stars. Their weapons charged with glowing plasma. They believed numbers meant victory. They believed fear would weaken humans. They were wrong. On the bridge of the HFS Resolute, Admiral Elias Ward watched the enemy formations carefully. His face showed no emotion. Begin Phase 2, he said quietly. Across space, something changed. Human ships that were visible near Earth suddenly moved aside. Not retreating. Making space. From the darkness behind them, new signals appeared. Stronger signals. Bigger ships. The alien commanders noticed it immediately. Unknown vessels entering battle grid. The tactical screens inside alien flagships began flashing. Massive objects were rising from hidden positions near Jupiter's orbit. For years, strange magnetic storms around the giant planet had hidden something. Now the storms parted. And the truth came out. Gigantic human warships. Twice the size of anything seen before. Heavy armor. Layered energy shields. Long spinal cannons running across their hulls. These were not defensive ships. These were war machines. Back on Earth, years earlier, when humanity first joined the Galactic Council, they had celebrated. New alliances. New trade. New hope. But not everyone trusted the Council. Some military leaders had noticed something small but important. The Council never shared full military data. They limited human access to advanced weapons. They placed strict rules on human fleet expansion. They smiled in meetings. But they watched humans closely. So Earth did something simple. They smiled back. And they prepared in silence. Deep inside Mars' underground cities, factories built ship parts day and night. Near Jupiter, secret construction rings assembled hulls protected by radiation storms. Even some alien traders unknowingly helped. They sold rare materials to humans, thinking they were used for mining ships. They were wrong. Project Iron Horizon was never about defense. It was about survival. Back in the present, the first line of alien cruisers fired. Bright beams of plasma crossed space like burning rivers. They struck human shield walls. Explosions lit the darkness. But the shields held. Human commanders did not rush. They waited. Then Admiral Ward gave a second order. Release the Sentinels. From behind Saturn's rings, dozens of sleek, fast attack ships burst forward. Smaller than the heavy battleships, but far more agile. They moved in perfect coordination. No confusion. No wasted motion. Alien targeting systems struggled to track them. Human ships did not fly in simple lines. They split. They curved. They used gravity from nearby planets to increase speed. The Sentinels struck the outer alien fleet first. Railgun rounds tore through hull plating. Explosions spread across alien formations. Confusion began. Inside the alien flagship, commanders shouted orders. Human numbers underestimated. Shield strength beyond prediction. But that was not the worst news. Long-range sensors detected something else. Behind the main human fleet, more signals appeared. A second hidden fleet. Then a third. Human warships had been positioned across the entire solar system. The aliens had not invaded a planet. They had entered a fortress. Admiral Ward finally allowed himself a small breath. He remembered the day Earth received the spy drone footage of the council vote. The anger. The shock. But instead of shouting, humanity chose patience. 10 years of silence. 10 years of secret building. 10 years of waiting. Now that patience was paying off. The alien invasion fleet tried to reorganize. They formed defensive clusters, preparing to push forward with full force. But human ships changed formation again. Heavy warships from Jupiter moved to cut off retreat paths. Sentinel ships targeted communication relays. Electronic warfare systems jammed alien coordination signals. Suddenly, the massive alien fleet was blind. And surrounded. A young human officer on the Resolute whispered, "Sir, they did not expect this." Admiral Ward nodded. They expected fear. He looked at the tactical map. Alien ships were still powerful. Still dangerous. Their numbers were huge. This battle would not be easy. Losses would come. But one thing was now clear. The Council had believed humanity was dependent. They believed Earth was small. They believed humans were still learning. They had never realized something important. Humans learn fastest when they are threatened. As the two massive fleets faced each other fully now, space felt heavy. Silent. Charged. The alien flagship sent one final message. Humanity. Stand down or face extinction. This time, Admiral Ward answered. His voice was calm. You already chose extinction. He raised his hand slowly. All fleets, advance. Thousands of human engines ignited at once. The hidden fleet was no longer hidden. And the real war was about to begin. Space exploded into light. The alien fleet fired first. Thousands of plasma beams tore through the darkness. The solar system flashed bright blue and red as energy weapons collided with human shields. Some human ships shook violently. One cruiser near Neptune lost power and drifted, flames spilling from its side. But it did not retreat. On the bridge of the Resolute, Admiral Ward stood steady. Return fire. That was all he said. And humanity answered. Heavy railguns fired across space. Solid metal rounds, moving at impossible speed, smashed into alien hulls. The impact did not burn like plasma. It punched straight through armor. Alien ships began to break apart. Explosions rolled through their front lines. The Sentinels moved next. Fast. Silent. Deadly. They slipped between larger alien ships and launched precision missiles into shield gaps. Human pilots did not scream or panic. Their voices were calm over comms. Target locked. Firing. Hit confirmed. The aliens had never fought like this before. Most species in the galaxy depended on powerful energy weapons and thick shields. Humans used strategy. They attacked communication ships first. Then supply carriers. Then command relays. Within minutes, parts of the alien fleet could not hear each other. Confusion spread. Inside the alien flagship, warning signals flashed red. Left flank collapsing. Human ships inside defensive perimeter. The high commander of the alien fleet slammed his clawed hand against the console. How did they build this force without detection? No one answered. Because the truth was simple. Humans hide their strength. Near Jupiter, the largest human battleship, HFS Titanfall, powered up its main spinal cannon. The weapon was massive. It ran along the entire length of the ship. Energy gathered slowly, forming a bright white core at the front. On nearby ships, officers felt the power surge. Firing solution ready. The captain of Titanfall did not hesitate. Fire. A single beam of concentrated energy shot forward. It crossed millions of kilometers in seconds. It struck the alien command cruiser directly. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the cruiser split in half. Shockwaves rolled through nearby ships. The alien formation broke. Panic began to spread. But the battle was not one-sided. An alien dreadnought broke through the human left flank. Its plasma cannons tore through two human frigates. Both ships exploded in silence. On one of those ships, Captain Mira Solano had seconds to decide. Her engines were failing. Her shields were gone. She looked at the alien dreadnought ahead of her. Then she gave a final order. Set collision course. Her crew understood. No fear. No hesitation. The damaged human frigate accelerated with its last remaining power. The alien dreadnought tried to adjust shields, but it was too late. The human ship slammed directly into its core. The explosion was massive. Both ships vanished in white light. On the Resolute, the loss was recorded. Admiral Ward lowered his head for 1 second. Then he looked back at the battle. Hold the line, he said quietly. Human forces tightened formation. Heavy ships moved forward. Sentinels flanked from the sides. They did not fight with anger. They fought with purpose. The alien fleet began to retreat from Jupiter's orbit. But as they turned, new human ships appeared behind them. The second hidden fleet. They were surrounded. Alien commanders realized something terrifying. This was not a desperate defense. This was a trap. Human ships advanced slowly, pushing the alien fleet toward the outer system. Not random. Controlled. Measured. The message was clear. Humanity was not just surviving. Humanity was dominating. As debris floated through space and broken alien ships drifted powerless, Admiral Ward received new data. Long-range sensors detected something massive. Warp signatures. Far beyond the first invasion fleet. Reinforcements. And not small ones. The Galactic Council had just committed their elite armada. Ward studied the data carefully. The first battle was being won. But the real test was coming. He turned to his officers. Prepare all fleets for extended engagement. Outside, the burning wreckage of alien ships lit the darkness. Human warships stood firm. The Council had expected Earth to fall quickly. Instead, their first fleet was breaking apart. But now the galaxy's strongest armada was on its way. And this war was only beginning. The galaxy trembled. The first alien invasion fleet was broken. Burning ships floated in silence across the outer solar system. Wreckage drifted past Jupiter's storms. Emergency signals echoed into empty space. But victory was not complete. Far beyond Pluto, space itself began to bend. Huge warp tears opened like wounds in the darkness. The Galactic Council's elite armada had arrived. These were not normal warships. They were ancient. Heavily armored. Built for conquest. Their hulls were covered in glowing symbols of old victories. Entire civilizations had fallen before them. And now they were here, for Earth. On the bridge of the Resolute, Admiral Ward watched the new fleet appear on the tactical screen. The officers around him grew quiet. The numbers were overwhelming. 3 times larger than the first invasion fleet. Stronger power readings. Unknown weapons. One officer whispered, "Sir, they brought everything." Ward nodded slowly. Yes. They did. Across the alien fleet, a transmission spread to all channels. The High Chancellor himself appeared on screen. Humanity has violated Council authority. You are now declared a rogue species. Surrender immediately or face total eradication. The message was sent across the solar system. Every human ship received it. No one answered. Instead, something unexpected happened. Human ships began to pull back. Alien commanders smiled. They retreat, one of them said. Press forward. The elite alien armada advanced deeper into the system. Confident. Certain. Then Admiral Ward gave a new order. Phase 3. Execute. Human ships did not retreat randomly. They moved with precision. They opened space corridors. They cleared paths. And then, all human warships activated long-range warp drives. Not toward Earth. Not toward defense positions. But forward. Toward the alien fleet. The alien commanders did not understand at first. Then human ships vanished. One by one. Thousands of them. Warp signatures flashed across sensors. But they were not retreating outward. They were jumping past the alien armada. A moment later, panic spread across alien command decks. Human warp exits detected. Location confirmed. The exits were not in the solar system. They were inside Council space. Human fleets had jumped directly toward the Council's core worlds. Toward their military shipyards. Toward their command centers. Admiral Ward appeared on all fleet channels. Earth does not seek genocide, he said calmly. But Earth will not wait for destruction. In Council territory, peaceful alien citizens looked up at their skies in shock. Human warships appeared above military stations. Weapons charged. But they did not fire at cities. They targeted orbital defense platforms. Weapon factories. Fleet command relays. Precise strikes. Clean destruction. Military systems went dark across multiple Council systems within minutes. The message was clear. Humanity could reach them. Anywhere. Back in the solar system, the elite alien armada suddenly received desperate calls from home systems. Defense stations destroyed. Shipyards offline. Human fleets in orbit. Confusion replaced confidence. The High Chancellor's face twisted with rage. They dare attack Council space. But that was the mistake. They thought humans would only defend. They never imagined humans would strike first. The elite alien armada turned around, preparing to warp back and defend their core worlds. But they were too late. Human fleets had already spread across key systems. Blocking warp lanes. Cutting off escape routes. The Council had tried to remove Earth quietly. Now they faced something worse. A species that refused to kneel. A species that planned 10 steps ahead. A species that fought not with chaos, but with control. On the bridge of the Resolute, Admiral Ward watched reports come in. Minimal civilian casualties. Maximum military impact. He closed his eyes for a brief second. This ends now, he said. The war was no longer at Earth's doorstep. It was at the Council's heart. And the galaxy was beginning to understand something terrifying. Humanity was not just strong. Humanity was disciplined. And betrayal had consequences. The heart of the Galactic Council was no longer safe. Above their capital world, human warships filled the sky. Not thousands. Not hundreds. But enough. Enough to end an empire. The planet below was beautiful, shining cities, wide oceans, towers made of crystal and light. For centuries, this world had controlled the galaxy. From here, they decided which species would rise, and which would disappear. Now they were the ones surrounded. Inside the Council's central chamber, the High Chancellor stood shaking. Reports flooded the room. Outer shipyards destroyed. Defense grid offline. Fleet reinforcements blocked. Human forces in orbit. The Council members looked at each other in silence. They had expected Earth to burn. Instead, Earth had come to their door. Above the planet, the largest human warship slowly moved forward. The HFS Titanfall. Its massive hull cast a shadow over the atmosphere. Energy began gathering along its main spinal cannon. The glow was brighter than before. Stronger. This was not the weapon used in the solar system. This was something else. Something final. Panic spread across the Council chamber. They will destroy the planet. Open communication. A transmission request was sent immediately. On the bridge of the Titanfall, Admiral Ward watched the request appear. He nodded once. Put them through. The High Chancellor appeared on screen. His proud voice was gone. What do you want? He demanded, trying to sound strong. Admiral Ward answered calmly. You voted for our extinction. Silence filled both bridges. You feared what humanity might become, Ward continued. You chose betrayal instead of trust. The Chancellor's eyes shifted. You attacked Council space. Ward's voice did not change. We disabled your military. We did not touch your civilians. We are not you. The words hit harder than any weapon. Below them, alien citizens watched human ships in the sky. Fear filled their streets. But no human weapons fired. Not at cities. Not at homes. Instead, human fleets locked onto one final target. The Council's Central Military Corps. A massive orbital structure that controlled all Council fleets across the galaxy. Admiral Ward gave the final command. Activate Horizon Protocol. The spinal cannon on the Titanfall fired. But this beam was different. It was not explosive. It was not destructive. It was a pulse. A wave of controlled energy spread outward from the capital planet. Across Council space, military systems shut down instantly. Fleet engines died. Weapon systems failed. Command networks collapsed. Ships drifted powerless. No explosions. No firestorms. Just silence. The entire Council military machine was disabled in one moment. Inside the chamber, lights flickered and went dark. The High Chancellor fell to his knees. It's over, one Council member whispered. Above the planet, human warships held position. Admiral Ward spoke one last time. Humanity does not seek to rule the galaxy. We do not seek revenge. But we will never be hunted. He paused. The Council is dissolved. Your authority ends today. Human fleets then transmitted a new message, not just to the capital, but to every species under Council control. You are free. Across dozens of systems, oppressed worlds realized their military overseers were powerless. The balance of power had changed forever. On Earth, citizens watched the live transmission. Not cheering. Not celebrating wildly. Just quiet. Relieved. They had survived. They had answered betrayal without becoming monsters. Above the council capital, the human fleet slowly turned away. They did not destroy the planet. They did not erase the species. They left them alive. But humbled. As the last human ships prepared to warp back toward Earth, Admiral Ward looked at the stars ahead. Humanity had been tested. Humanity had been betrayed. And humanity had endured. The Council thought Earth was weak. They thought humans were divided. They believed fear would break them. They were wrong. Because one truth remained clear across the galaxy. Humans do not forget betrayal. And they never face extinction quietly. The war was over. But humanity's story in the galaxy had only just begun.